ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe. She does not fit. No. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Black Panther movie Okoye Build-A-Figure Waves Erik Killmonger. I did pick this up at Comic and Figure Addicts over here in the San Francisco Bay Area, but if you're not around here, you can get these at Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. Very nice looking figure already. I really like the color scheme that we're seeing on this guy. Anyway, on the side we get a nice image of Erik Killmonger. On the very back you can see the figure right there. And then there's a read up over here. If you want to read it, pause it now. There's the other figures from the wave. And then we get that nice image again on the side. And then we get the Black Panther logo at the top, all spot varnished. And there's not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Erik Killmonger out of the packaging, and this is a great looking figure, but there are some things about this figure that trouble me a little bit. Beautiful building, tilted windows kind of deal, and I'll get more into those details in a little bit. But this guy does come with a fair number of accessories, which I do like, so let's get a closer look at those, then we'll get a closer look at Killmonger. We get 4 interchangeable hands over here for Killmonger. We get these nice looking claws right over here for him, and nails, which I think look great. I actually like him more than the ones that came with Black Panther, you know what I mean? Like, his claws are all short, his nails are much longer and bigger, but I really like the pattern that we're seeing right over here. Nice gold paint right there as well. Really like the pattern that we're seeing with this. There's this nice gunmetal hue to the black on this figure that I really like, and he has all these spots right over here. Nice cheetah spots. Really dig those. And then he has his 2 weapon holding hands, which look great as well. I really love that gold pattern right there, but yeah. These hands look fantastic. I really like them a lot. I don't know the names of the weapons, but he has these 2 weapons over here. He has this big dagger type sword thingy. I'm sure there's a name for it, and someone's going to let me know what it is in the comments, right? Aren't you? Aren't you? Don't let me down, you guys. But we get some nice bright silver right over here, which I really dig. It does need to be heated up and straightened out. Some you can see it's a little bit warped, but I still think this looks really good. And then we get this, again, you know, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I really like the wrap right over here. And there's no paint on it, and a little bit of warpage or marbling right over there. But yeah, still looks pretty good. I like these. I definitely like this weapon a lot more, though. Quick reminder that I will be printing out the Legendary Collector t-shirts next week, so if you wanted to pre-order one, now is the time to do it because they will be made in limited quantity. So to briefly go over the history of Erik Killmonger from what I've read online, based off the comics anyway, his actual name is Ninjadaka, I think is the pronunciation of his name. And he was actually kidnapped as a child by Ulysses Claw and was a slave to Claw and grew up in the United States, and he actually became very educated and graduated from MIT and then discovered Black Panther was in New York City. And it turned out the whole time he actually had hate brewing for T'Chaka, who's Black Panther's father, and he felt that he deserved to hold the mantle of Black Panther, and thus he's the enemy of Black Panther. He does have a pet cheetah named Prey, and I think that's the main reason why we get this cheetah pattern throughout on this figure, which I think looks fantastic. I gotta say, I love how this figure looks. Like that head sculpt, oh man, that looks great. I love that you can see teeth right over here, and I love the gold over this gunmetal. I mean, the whole figure is basically a gunmetal gray. And you get these little cheetah spots throughout on this guy, but man, I love that head sculpt. I think that looks so awesome. It looks like we may have some Wakandan text right over there. I'm not sure. But I like this little beady pattern that we're getting throughout on this. And those spots are just very subtle. I really dig that a lot. You know, I'm a fan of the gunmetal gray, and this guy is pretty much all gunmetal gray, or mostly gunmetal gray. Then looking at the chest and the necklace right over here, it looks really good. You get some nice silver over the gold. I love that pattern on the necklace right here too. That looks great. You get this whole beady pattern throughout on this guy. It just looks awesome. I'm really digging that a lot. The arms look great over here too. Again, I really like those claws. And then here's looking at the lower half of the figure. Really nice looking legs, and the pattern's just consistently great looking throughout. I really dig that. Very cool looking figure, and this guy, unlike Black Panther, has painted toes. Yeah, we get some painted Killmonger toes, killing it with those toes. Then he does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Then here's looking at the back of the figure. Still looking great. Still have the spots back there, serial number, Killmonger butt. And the back of this guy looks really cool too. Yeah, just a great looking piece. Now getting onto my beautiful building with tilted windows reference, there's some weird things here, like inside the joints they just stop painting and sculpting the figure. I guess that, you know, that gunmetal color still stays there, but it just looks incredibly flat on the inside of these armpit joints. It's kind of weird. I guess not so bad on the back right over there, but on the inside of the front, that looks weak. Then same thing with the ab crunch. It's like, oh, it just disappears all of a sudden. That's just really strange looking. Same thing, you know, bending forward, it kind of just disappears. So there's little weird things about it, like right here at the head. Like you wouldn't notice anything, but, you know, and I'm going to get into that articulation in a minute, but he won't look up as much as the Black Panther figure. That's because they didn't cut this disc hinge all the way through, and just that shape right there is just very odd looking to me. I mean, compared to the Black Panther, see how that looks all smooth and finished? Like, this doesn't look like it was actually finished. I don't know. I don't know if this was designed by one of the interns or they had to rush this out or something, but it just looks a little incomplete right over there. A little detail over here with the feet too, on the ankles. It's like that looks kind of strange, like the heel comes out a little too long and you have this weird extra flat piece. I don't know. It's just little things like that on the figure that kind of make me feel like it was either rushed or, I don't know. I feel like they could have spent a little bit more time on finishing the little touch-ups on this guy. Now, while I had those gripes about the sculpt, I still actually like the articulation a lot. He can get his head moving up quite a bit still, even though I feel like it could have reached up a lot farther, like Black Panther right over here. You could see his head moves up quite a bit more so than the Killmonger figure. You can just see how the head wraps around the neck right there, where this one can't do that. It still has that forward and back motion going on, so it's just that they didn't cut it enough in the back of the head. Anyway, you can't move his head all the way down, and that looks so weird. Anyway, you get side-to-side movement over here and some head pivoting, very, very subtle head pivoting. He does have the butterfly joints right over there. Then his shoulders do move outward that far. You could rotate them a full 360. He has bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. All the hands rotate and hinge up and down. He has a great ab crunch that moves forward that much and back that much. He has a waist swiveler. He has hip joints that move outward that far, and he can kick forward and not back so much. He has an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. Ankles move down. They barely move up, and he does have great ankle pivot. Now to measure out this Killmonger figure, you can see that he's standing right at about 6.5 inches tall. I don't really have too many figures to compare this Killmonger to, but I'm going to compare him to just Black Panther at the moment, because I just want to revisit this idea that I don't really like so much that we're getting this version of Killmonger. I know he does wear the Black Panther suit at some point in the comics, but I do prefer the look where it's just this big, buff, dreadlock dude with weapons that's beating the crap out of Black Panther, as you'd seen in the images that I showed earlier. That look, I think, would have been a little bit cooler for the movie. It's just that right now I'm not the biggest fan of having the main villain of the movie be an exact carbon copy of the hero, but evil, you know? And I feel like he could have been a little bit taller than Black Panther, right? Shouldn't he be a little bit larger? I'm not 100% sure. And then here's Killmonger next to all the other figures from the wave, minus the Build-A-Figure Okoye, which I'll be reviewing next. And even though this is a small wave, I'm actually liking it more than I thought I would. No, and oof, I just got a head swap idea. Brother Voodoo, right? You know, with some paint changes, you know, maybe we can get a Brother Voodoo on here. That could be suiting, make like a good Killmonger, and it doesn't really work out that well because the neck is just too long. Maybe it could still work with some dremeling out of the plastic on the inside, but yeah, I was thinking maybe a Brother Voodoo head sculpt could work on that. And then comparing Killmonger to your average 6-inch scale figure, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So I've complained about this figure a whole bunch, but I really do like it a lot. I gotta say, my biggest complaint with it isn't really the figure itself, but the design choice from Marvel Studios to go with the anti-Black Panther look for Killmonger over here. Again, I would have preferred the look that we'd seen in those comic images that I showed off earlier. I mean, he does wear the mask at one point in the movie, which is pretty cool, but still, I don't know. I gotta wait for the movie to come out to really tell, but as far as just the figure itself, with its problems and all, I really do like it a lot. I just love the paint apps on it more than anything else. It just looks spectacular. And I hope you guys thought this was a great review. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of my review, let me know what you think of this figure. Are you gonna pick one up? I do think it looks very cool. If you want to see more ShartimusPrime videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as hit the notification bell to ensure that my videos are popping up in your feed. And again, the Legendary Collector t-shirts are available for pre-order at ShartimusPrime.net. And I gotta give a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel. I will have an exclusive review for you guys coming up very soon. And for any of the patrons that want a Legendary Collector t-shirt, you guys do get a discount code, so check out the Patreon account for that. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it's all over at marvelousnews.com. ShartimusPrime.com and ShartimusPrime.net. And don't forget to follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to everything in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. I'm gonna play with my toys today. 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 Well, I don't care what the strangers say. I'm gonna play with my toys today.
That's crispy.
Hey, new Shartimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face,